because of that level of disruption, that level of creativity that you bring into that arena. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like the true um, profession of any real create, like a person that really just like just embraces their creativity is contract work, because you never really feel, you always want to do something else. I'll put it like that. You always want to. It will always be another project. It will always be something else that you want to do.
And it will always be different.
It will always be. It was something else. It's always going to be something else. You know, and that's why I love Michael Curtin's work so much, because as far as validity, it scores so high as an assessment. The Curtin Adaptation Innovation assessment, and he basically splits humans into two different types of beings: innovative and adaptive, and we fall within in that spectrum. So adaptive on one end, innovative on the other end. There's no right or wrong to that. There's just some human beings that's far more adaptive, and there's some human beings that's far more innovative, and then there's some people that fall in the middle that's great at mediating. You understand what I'm saying? Between the two. So.
And where are you on that scale?
I'm kind of in the middle. I'm more on the innovative side, but it's the oddest thing in most assessments that I've taken. I land in sort of this kind of neutral space, with the exception of certain qualities, but for the most part, I'm like central. But my creativity preference is of a high integrator, so that would make sense if these assessments were correlative. You know what I mean? So.
Can you talk to me a little bit about fear and how that can stunt growth and creativity?
Well, fear is programmed. Fear is the gift given to you by your ancestors. To feed your ego. Don't go there. Don't do that. Don't try. Don't be more. Just fit in.
What about fear-based leadership?
Well, we have that. And we've had that.
Can you walk me through a little bit of the effects of fear-based leadership and fear?
War? Famine? You tell me, how would this world look if it was matriarchal? I'm sure it would be mired and it would have a plethora of issues like everything else, right? However, I think those issues would be largely different than these issues that we have in a patriarchal society. We, as men, it was testosterone driven. We wanted, what man is giving birth or even inclined to do that?
My husband is yet to do that. Yeah.
Like, and he has no desires on doing so. And I know because I don't. You know what I mean? That's just not how we're hardwired. But if you talk about babies in front of a woman, she might even rub her stomach. You know what I mean? It's just how y'all wired. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. You know what I mean? And we don't want to pass a kidney stone. You know what I mean? We don't want to give a person a job if they're not right for it. A woman will do that. A woman will, let's help them. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Can you talk to me about an ever increasingly growing mobile society and being tethered to the phone and to screens and community? Can you talk to me about those two things?
I can only talk to you about it as a capitalist. I think it's great. You know what I mean? I think augmented reality and virtual reality, as a Star Trek fan, is right here. It's right here. I'll soon be able to go in my room, and my whole room will be a video game. I'll be able to play with my son. You know what I mean? We won't have cell phones really soon. You know what I mean? It will be interfaced with either eyewear or body accessory or something like that. I'm not for like a chip or anything like that.
You don't want a chip underneath your skin?
Yeah, but then biometrics is fun. You know what I mean? So I can't say I'm 100% against that either. I'm for growth. I'm for the next frontier. I'm for the evolution of human beings. You know what I mean? Of what we're capable of, even if it's, I don't want to say even if it's to our destruction, but You know what I mean? How will we know how great we are if we never know how bad we are? I feel like I'm only in touch with how great I can be because of how bad I know that I've been in my life. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think women deserve a shot at running things because we've done a shitty shot at, as men running things. You know, if what we've been doing so far isn't working, let's try it another way. I'm that kind of person. You know what I mean?
And we're gonna close with what's your dream for today? Right now. What's your dream?
To be able to expand my impact, this brand. I've taken a lot of time to cultivate this conversation, my thoughts and this intellect. I want to be able to connect with other intellects. I want to be invited to the highest conversations in the world about, you know, what we doing as a people and where we going. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to shatter paradigmic thinking. You know what I mean? I want to be able to inspire metacognition. Thinking about your thinking, where you going, what you want to do, how you want to do it, question the cereal that you eat and why. You know what I mean? Something that simple can lead to something so much larger than that. So that's my dream, man. You know what I mean? And to unfold a legacy, not for just my son, but for his grandchildren. A way of living and believing outside of finances. You know what I mean? And to utmost importantly, drive to be on the vanguard for the culture. You know what I mean? I want to say be a capitalist, but you know, that may not always be the ideal, maybe everlasting, but that might not be always the ideal, but for definitely be creative, to ignite creativity around the world.
Taking creativity around the world, I like that.
You know, all the things that come with it, collaboration, you know, emotional intelligence, belief in self, living authentically, you know, all those things. That's what it means to be richly creative, you know, tapping into your network, your ancestry and all those things, being inspired. You know, I demand that I'm inspired every day because if we're attracted to each other, neuronally from like a mirror level, then if I'm inspired and that energy is spilling over, then you would be inspired too. So I'm dreaming about doing that all the time.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for initiating this, Coach. Appreciate you.
Of course. We'll talk soon.
Peace.
Peace and love.